Welcome to a day in the life of a food service truck driver. I'll take y'all through my day, show you what it's like, the ins and outs. If it's hard, if it's easy, whatever the case, maybe you're thinking about getting into food service, getting your CDL. This should give you a pretty good outlook on what it entails. And if you're on a fitness journey, make sure you follow me on Instagram, JJ Foster Fit. I got all the tips and tricks, whatever you can imagine on there, so it'll definitely help you get to your fitness goals. I was actually able to reach my fitness goals, working a physical job like this, long hours, 50, 60 hours. I just came to day shift. I was on night shift. We call it chain. This is sales service. Sales service is in the morning, chain is at night. So working 60 hours on chain, 5,000 cases a week. And nonetheless, there should be no excuse for anybody to do this job and be out of shape. Just go on my Instagram and then you'll be able to see how you can reach your goals and how I did it. This is DC in Plant City, Florida. This is where I find my packet, use my route number. Made it through the warehouse. Let me see what my trailer number is. Looks like that's it over there. Also need to sign into the route. There she is. Take these pictures now and then continue my pre-trip on the tractor. Finish my outside, now I gotta do my inside. All right, let's see what the load looks like. All right, we made it to our first stop. Got 12 cooler, 39 dry, 64 freezer, and 3 miscellaneous. A total of 118 cases. We can turn the reefer off now just because it's cold, but usually during the day, you know, it's gonna take a lot more work to get these trailers back up to temp, so typically want to leave it on. We got 41 cases on this pallet, and probably have a little bit more on the second one. So we'll knock this pallet out. Get the freezer out the way. Then get on a dry and cooler. So the trick is to try to get this area cleared out as much as possible. That way you can have your hand cart closer. That way you have some space back there to pull back on it. So I always try to clear this part out first. The front part out first as best as I can. And this one doesn't have a sticker. So usually with cases that don't have stickers, you want to keep a mental note of what the case is. Keep a mental note of what the case is, and then you'll have to type it in afterwards, or you can set it to the side and then deliver it later. Now we have 23 cases for stop one. Second one. All right, finish the freezer. right, that was it for the first stop. We're gonna go ahead and go to the second one. All right, we're at stop 2. This one's getting 144 cases. 95 freezer, 30 dry, 14 cooler. All right, so I would want to do cooler, but since I have stop 2 here, if I do cooler first, I'll have stop 3, then I might have to touch it, then go over here, and it's going to be an issue. So I think I'm going to get these stop 2 cooler out the way, and then I'll start on the dry.
All right, we just finished our 6th stop. We got one more left. The cafeteria ladies blessed me with some food. Something. The last one, they gave me a chicken sandwich, so I can appreciate that. I got me a cookie here, some teriyaki chicken. They were supposed to put some noodles in it, but I don't know what happened. But I'll take some free food. We're gonna go ahead and head to the next stop, the last stop. it. Done. That was too easy. And that was what? 800 cases? 800 cases, 7 stops. Like I said, these are usually the easier routes. You know, you can get them done depending on the route, 7, 8, 9 hours, you know, and you'll be back home. right now it's time to head back to the warehouse. It's not too far away, maybe a 30-minute drive, luckily. But of course, they got me right as well. End the route off on a good note. And shout out to the cafeteria ladies. They take care of me. I like it. All right, now let's head back. All right, we made it back to the warehouse. All we got left to do is do our post-trip on our trailer, put our hand cart up, post-trip tractor, go into the office, do our check-in, and then we can finally go home. Typically, I do my check-in whenever I'm walking to the warehouse. Oh man. Now, regardless of if the day is long or short, I do it once when I get in my truck to go home, and then I do it once again whenever I get home. I give out just a nice sigh. It's almost like you're releasing the day. You're leaving the day at work. You're leaving the day in your truck. You know, you don't bring the problems from work home. All right, so that'll conclude for the day. That's a day in the life of food service truck driver. You know, today was pretty simple. It's not like normal days. These are one of the easier days. You know, 9-10 hours, whatever the case. It's kind of unheard of. So, you know, if you are thinking of getting into food service, don't expect it to be like that. You know what I mean? At this point, like if it was 6 years ago, I would have thought 9 hours was a long time, because people are typically used to working 7, 8 hours. But you know, after a while you get to 10, 11, 12, and you know, it just feels like normal. So obviously anybody can do it, but you just have to ask yourself, are you mentally strong enough to? But anyway, that concludes it. I'm out of here.